Hello and welcome to the first episode of Tea with Leon. This is a show that embodies two important qualities that British people have in common. That is, of course, having the gift of the gab and also having an appetite for tea. The show combines these two British values together to hopefully create an entertaining video for you, the viewers. The basis of the show is simple. My guest introduces themselves to you. I then ask them a question about their career or college course and their ambitions for the future. After this, I ask the guest to randomly pick a topic from the bowl of knowledge. The topics vary from the bowl of knowledge, and whatever they pick, we have a chat about. It's that simple. So now that that's been said and the tea's been poured, let's get started. Right, so Amber, would you like to introduce yourself to the viewers?
I'm Amber and I'm 16. I go to Hull College and I study media, and that's what I'm hoping to progress to in the future, anything media related.
So you say you wanted to get into the media industry. Is there any particular part of the media industry that you want to get into?
Not particularly, maybe film and TV. Maybe like editing wise, I'd say, but nothing maybe like, you know, like in front of the camera, more like behind it and stuff like that.
So is there any particular skills or attributes you've got that you want the viewers to know about you?
Well, I enjoy editing. I think that's it's a fun process to go through to see like where you started and how you finish. Again, with like audio and stuff, it's not really my favourite, but it's just fun to kind of like, you know, add it and see how it sounds and then see what your final product is. It's quite fun to go through.
So we was having a talk before the camera was rolling about Photoshop, and it seems like you have a knack for Photoshop, so is that true? Do you want to tell us a bit more about that?
I enjoy going on it a lot because there's a lot that you can, you know, use and manipulate to create things. Maybe not always in a positive light, as you see like on the media and stuff, but maybe if you're just a fan of something and you want to create like a poster and stuff like that, it can be quite fun to, you know, see how you start and then as you go through, see what you want to re-edit and like erase and keep adding stuff to it. There's a lot of elements to Photoshop as well that I think can be quite interesting when you learn how to use it, and once you learn, it gets like simpler. When you learn something new, it starts out kind of complicated, but the more you get to know it, the easier it becomes, really.
So, with what the show's called then, you know, it's called Tea with Leon, are you a fan of the beverage?
Well, it's not actually my favourite drink.
You've come on the first episode of Tea with Leon and you don't even like the drink that's being presented to you.
I don't know, I'm just not a really big tea or coffee fan.
It's not?
Both, really. I just prefer...
You're not a hot drink fan?
I'm more of a cold drink fan, I'd say. If I was to have something hot, it'd be like a hot chocolate or something.
A hot chocolate. So what kind of cold drink do you like?
Cold drinks, I'd say maybe like lemonade, Coke, you know, maybe water. Like if you're really like thirsty and you're outdoors and there's water, like cold water, you're like, yeah, drink that. Alcohol.
Alcohol, yeah. Alcohol, yeah. Yeah. We're not condoning, you know, alcohol, but you do like a few J2Os, a few WKDs, wicked drinks, though, yeah. Right. So we talked about your ambitions, your career, your future goals. We've had a little chat about tea. So we're getting to the nitty gritty of the show now. I want you to choose a topic from.
Right.
Proceed.
I'll choose.
What's it going to be for the first episode? Let's have a look. We are going to talk about. Are you proud from where you come from?
So I'm proud of Hull. Well, I'm not ashamed. Like a lot of people, you know.
A lot of people bash Hull. So let's build this question up so you have a little bit of an idea. So are you proud of your background in terms of your family? Are you proud of your upbringing? Do you feel like your upbringing helped you develop as a person that you are today? Are you proud of Hull itself, and are you also proud of Yorkshire, England, everything? Are you proud of every little aspect that made you who you are today? That's the question. Are you proud of where you come from?
Well, I wouldn't say no, and I wouldn't be like, you know, completely up there and, you know, have this huge like kind of head about it all, because Yeah, I think the way I've been brought up is, I mean, like obviously decent in terms of what some people have to go through, and I think it's more of, it's a positive thing to be brought up in a good way than obviously like some of the other stuff that people go through. Hull itself, I think it's quite cool about the whole city of culture thing that's going on. It makes it seem more kind of interesting because it almost feels like you're part of something, because you know we're from here and it's getting all these kind of upgrades and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting thing, and that's how I'm proud.
Okay. That's the first cough of the afternoon. For those of you who don't know, I know this is the first time watching these two level 2 media students. I have a knack for coughing a lot.
It is a strange cough.
A very strange cough. So if I want to answer this question, am I proud of where I come from? Yes. I'm proud for many things. I'm proud of being British, I'm proud of being English, I'm proud of being a Yorkshire lad, and I'm proud of being from Hull. And more importantly, I'm proud of the family that's brought me up. Because the person you see today is the person that's been brought up with his grandma, who was a very important person. God rest her soul, she isn't here now, but she was still a very important part of my life. My mum has also brought me up, and I think if I was brought up, this is not to knock any other part of the world, but if I was brought up, say, down south, or maybe that's obviously London area, Birminghamish, that's the Midlands, but oh well. But if I was brought up in a different country, they teach different values. It's not necessarily to say they're bad people, but I'm so glad I grew up in this environment, and the concoction you see today is based from countless hours of, instilling values into me that I'm glad I've got, politeness, it costs nothing, manners, knowing how to treat people right. All these values I'm telling you right now, everyone should have, but I feel like it's a Yorkshire thing. Yorkshire people are so friendly, more specifically Hull people are so friendly, and we get a bad rep for being, it's the end of the road, when you come over to the Humber Bridge, doom and gloom, the gateway to hell, Hull is hell. There's all these slogans and all this rhetoric that we just need to shake off, just brush off, just get out of all that. So the question I wanted to ask you was, going back to what you said about your family, what are some of the things your dad and your mum instilled in you? What's the values what was your life growing up, 6 to 10, 10 to 14, your early teenage?
I think it's similar to like what you said about manners and stuff like that. Obviously you're going to bring someone up, you want them to be, as polite as they can be, not too kind of out there, but still like make friends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So obviously
the one thing I got told, sorry to interrupt you, the one thing I got told when I was growing up, because when I was in primary, this is a little thing, but this has a broader meaning to it. When I used to walk to school, I always used to walk to school with my head down. Always used to walk my head down and look at the floor, and then obviously somehow, I don't know how I did it, because I was looking at the floor, I didn't know where the frick I was going. Yeah, I did actually once walk into a lamppost, and it was in front of these two classmates of mine when I was back in primary school, and they told everyone about it, and I got a lot of stick for that. But after I took a sip from my tea, so I used to walk my head down, and my Auntie Jean, who was actually my grandma, we call her Auntie Jean for many reasons. My cousins used to call her grandma, but she didn't want to be called grandma because she was like, "Hi, your grandma, I'm only 50 son," so she said, "Start calling me Auntie Jean," she didn't want to be known as this old person. So that's what I call her, Auntie Jean. And I was walking there one time up to Wesel Road, and she saw me walking down as I was going to Greg's. She'd give me some money, she said, "Go on, go get a passy from Greg's." And then when I came out with the passy, she said, "Why did you have your head down?" She said, "Look, you need to be proud of yourself, hold your head up high, look at the world. Because if you don't look at the world, you won't see its beauty, and you won't be as confident as you are, because when you have your head down, how can anyone take you seriously, because they look at you as, just having your head slumped, doom and gloom, You know, I'm not paying attention to that person, whatever age he is. So if you hold your head high, look around a bit,
Yeah.
you'll start feeling more confident within yourself. And I feel like this is what's breeded this confident person within me, you know, having my auntie Jean there to guide me, keep me humble,
Yeah.
but guide me and say, look, you don't have to be this person who's always down. Be a confident person, you know, show your true colours, stand up for what you believe in. And I think that transcends into the job or the career I want to do, which is to become a journalist. And this is why I'm doing these very videos today, and this is why I'm talking to you today, because I want to pick your brain about stuff. If you was talking to the Leon 4 or 5 years ago, you won't have the same Leon who was talking to you. You'd be maybe having a bit more timid Leon, who had his head down, or didn't want to talk. So that's why we're doing this.
Yeah, good backstory. Yeah.
So, I think we just about covered that really, didn't you? Is there any lasting thoughts you want to say on this topic?
No, I think everything that you know just described and stuff like that is definitely links into, you know, everything that's around you and stuff like that, and how, you know, it brings you up, like in terms of if you're a confident person or.
Would you say you're a confident person?
I'd say yeah. When, you know, I feel like, you know, I need to be, or even if I'm in general.
Yeah.
But there's always a point where you think, yeah, I need to be confident for something.
Yeah.
If I like want to do that.
Because the people that are watching, some people may not know yet. From what I've seen, the Amber I've seen, it's this confident, vibrant, good-looking person that is really, really good at presentations. Really good at presentations. You know, when you're doing a presentation for an assignment from one of our media tutors, you're straight on the ball. Even with the assignments, not just presentations, with the assignments, you're very confident at getting the job done. You know what to do.
Yeah. I feel like
Yeah.
you need to know what to do in order to accomplish it.
Yeah.
Even if it sounds a bit confusing, obviously, you know, ask for help. Like, you know, it's the best thing to do if you're not sure on something. But if you look at it and you think, yeah, I understand it, then I just, you know.
I will say though, I don't want to
Reach for the limits.
I don't want to blow your own trumpet too much because you're terrible at making plans. That's all I'm saying. Right, moving on.
No, I'm not.
So seeing as though this is the first episode, I don't want to just end it on one topic. I want to do one more topic, even if it's a quick one. So, I don't know why I'm picking that one. I'm going to let the guest pick. Look, the host taking over again. This is what I do. Talking about this confident person, I'll take it over. Need to let Amber do something. You're taking a sip of it.
Yeah, I will do.
I mean, it is the show, you know, we're having a conversation while drinking tea. It's Lordship, remember the cook. Right, the second topic we are going to talk about is the happiest moment in your life so far. So you're 16, you've lived on this earth 16 years, you've seen a few things, you know, not as many as other people. So what would be the happiest moment in your life so far?
I think it's to come. I don't know.
It's to come.
I don't think, because I've never really thought about, you know, a lot of people think, you know, something positive happens and they're like, oh, this is like the best moment in my life.
Yeah.
For me, it's more like, I don't think there can be a best moment, really. There can be a time where you feel happiest, but I don't feel like that's a moment. It's more like, you know, stretched over a length of time or something like that. So
if you can't name a happiest moment, name just some happy times that you'd want to share with me and the viewers.
Maybe when I'm like on holiday and stuff with my family.
Because you name it, is this when you went to Butlins?
Yeah, probably. I tend to go there a lot. Yeah. That's kind of when, you know, you're just out relaxing and you feel like, you know, you kind of sort of looking forward, but you feel like, you know, nothing's in your way and stuff like that. I feel like that's the best, like, for everyone really when they're on holiday and stuff like that. It's like, you don't have to think about things that you're doing, it's just...
It cleanses your
it's
mind.
Just then.
It's there.
It's just there and then.
That's a perfect saying to describe a holiday. It's there and then. A week, 2 weeks, 10 days, however long you go on this holiday, it's just about the moment there. Yeah. This is your little home for 2 weeks or a week. And you don't have to worry about anything. No rent, no bills, just eat, drink, poo.
Yeah, basically.
And enjoy yourself.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Because I like a lot of, you know, a bit of time on the toilet. That's reading time, isn't it?
Okay.
But right, I finished my tea. So for happy moments for me, like I said, I can't name a happiest moment, but because a lot of mine are associated with sporting events. So one of the happiest moments in my life was when Hull FC, my team, won the Challenge Cup in 2016, August of last year. Oh god, the euphoria, the feeling I got at the end of that match is something I can't describe with words. I used to hear that saying a lot, I can't describe this feeling in words. I didn't quite catch, I couldn't feel what they meant. Everything can be described in words, whereas once I got that feeling, I realised, wow, there's nothing I can say that can portray and put across how good of a feeling I felt at that moment in time.
Yeah.
Cough number 2. But to try and put it into perspective, that season was constantly down, down and out. It was always coming back, just winning by at the death. We went through the hardest teams, because you don't watch rugby, do you?
No.
So to give you an idea, we versed the top 4 teams in a knockout competition. So we versed one team, and if you lose, you're out of the competition.
Yeah.
So we versed a team called, St Helens, the nickname Saints. We beat them at their ground, demolished them. Great day out, sunny, what you want in a rugby match, sunny, good rugby, alcohol, bit of alcohol. That was a great day. Then the Catalans game, that was the following game from the Saints, Catalan Dragon game. We barely scraped them, but it was a poor game, but it was still sunny and we still did them over. And then we went to the semi-finals where we travelled down to Doncaster to play the Wigan Warriors. Oh god, the feeling I got at the end of that match, I didn't think it could be matched.
Yeah.
And it was. And then the final, going down to Wembley, to be honest, normally people say, if you talk to people who are sports fans and are going to a cup final, they say they get the cup fever. I didn't get the cup fever up until I was in London, driving up this real long high road. Then I saw the Wembley Arch, the Wembley Stadium Arch. Boom, it just hit me, goosebumps, started getting the fever.
Yeah.
I thought, this is going to be a good day. Walked around the stadium, took in the atmosphere, got into the ground, didn't feel nothing in the match. I didn't feel part of the match up until we scored our first try, and then when we scored the first try, boom, I was in this match. This is down, so I'm leading up, so I was in this match. When Mahe Fanoa, which is one of our wingers, when he scored, boom, I felt pumped, I felt hyped, I felt like, we're in this match, we're going to win this now. And then when Jamie Shaw, our fullback, went in, I don't even remember him breaking through. All I remember is him going down the try line, tears flooding down my face, my mum just hugging me. Oh god, it was an unbelievable feeling. Because before the Fanoa try, Mahe Fanoa, everyone around the stadium was like, oh, FC, screw this, we always lose in the cup final, we're never going to win at Wembley, Rovers, what the paper's going to say the next morning, Rovers are going to do us in with all the songs. Yeah. I just thought, it's never going to happen, there's like a curse on us. So if sticking with the topic, the happiest moment of my life was when Jamie Shaw scored that try, the highs and lows of that game. That is one of the happiest moments. And then quickly, to tell you one more, and then I'll ask you a few questions about yours. Another happy moment in my life would probably be, all the holidays I've had, they're happy moments, but the New England Patriots winning the Super Bowl this year in February, when that happened, because for those of you who don't know, the New England Patriots, my team right here, beat the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl, which is the cup final for American football. They beat them coming back from, I think it was 28-3 down, so they've come back from 25 points, the greatest comeback ever in American football history, ever, and they did it in a cup final, in the Super Bowl, in the pinnacle of the sport. About 50 million people, more than that, but I think it was 120 million people worldwide watching this game, and they did it in the Super Bowl. And the feeling I got from that when I saw Brady, my hero, my inspiration, when I saw Brady on the telly, his tears flooding down, it felt like a fairy tale ending from what happened, because that's a story for another day. I'm sure people who are watching this who know the Tom Brady saga, Deflategate, they know what I mean.
Yeah.
They know what I mean. So going back to the happy moments then, so what have you done on these trips of yours, these holidays that makes it so great? What? Because you talk about there's no feelings back home, it's just this moment you're in.
Yeah, it's just like when you get to, especially ones have beaches nearby, you just get to go like and walk along the beach and stuff like that. It just feels like, you know, you'll be in that moment kind of like forever kind of thing. It's not like, you know, everything's around you and there's a lot of things like happening and stuff like that. It's just like there. And it feels like there's no like kind of problems and stuff like that, and even if there is, you kind of just forget about them, so that's like a positive feeling. And it's like when you come back to, it's like even when you come back and you're like, oh, you know, you don't want to be home, you'd still rather be there, just like when you think back to it, you think, you know, it was a good break and stuff like that. I still feel quite, you know, relaxed, even if you know you've got things to do. You think, you sort of plan things out in your head after you've like sort of rested, so you think, right now I know, you know, when to do that and when to do that. It kind of just relaxes you if you're like really kind of busy.
Yeah.
And you're sort of stressed out with like a lot of things thinking, but it's like while you're there, you don't have to think about any of that. And when you come back, you finally like think, it like kind of becomes clearer, and it helps you kind of, you know, sort of see your path to like, you know, get all these kind of jobs and stuff done.
Cool, so I think that just about wraps it up. We've covered 2 topics today. Have you enjoyed talking about these topics?
I've enjoyed talking about this.
I've enjoyed listening to these topics, talking about my own experiences.
Yeah.
So this has been Tea with Leon. Just before we go, I see tea left, so do you want, are you finishing now?
I'll give you the honours.
So you're giving hints.
It might be a bit cold, but yeah.
Bit cold.
Wow.
Well, it's dripping down, mate. Just to make sure to the viewers, empty. This is one of these shows where, you know, you just see props on the table and there's no tea. We have drunk actual tea. PG Tips tea bags. So if you want to check out, this isn't a sponsored video. We're not that's alcohol. But yeah, we're not rich enough to have any sponsors, so I want to thank my guest Amber for joining me on the first episode of Tea with Leon. There's going to be many more episodes if this gets approved by my media lecturer, Jamie Kelwick. So if, I know you're watching this, Jamie, approve it. Because this is a good episode. I think, like, you know, this was a good little episode, first one. Yeah. So I want to thank you for watching. I want to leave you with this. Pardon me. And we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.